All right. We are live on Instagram. All right, we are live. Welcome to this masterclass. In today's masterclass, we is designed for real estate professionals, real estate agents, brokers, team leaders, grappling with the modern challenges of lead generation and business growth. If you are struggling to stand out in a crowded market, finding it difficult to attract and convert leads, or feeling overwhelmed by the digital marketing landscape, you may have tried posting content on social media. You may have tried buying leads on social media. You may have tried buying leads from online lead generation marketing agencies. This masterclass is tailored for you. We are going to dive deep into leveraging Google My Business as a powerful, cost-effective tool to enhance your online presence, attract high-quality leads, and ultimately close more deals. So join us if you want to unlock the secrets of Google My Business and turn your pain points into opportunities. Now, today we have with us Tami Price. She is out of San Antonio, Texas. She is someone who has rose to marketing herself at a very high level on digital platforms or generate business through digital channels. And Tami's journey from traditional methods to digital dominance showcases the untapped potential of Google My Business in the real estate industry. And this masterclass is your golden opportunity as a realtor who is eager to elevate your market presence and draw clients directly to yourself without having to spend money on ads. If you stick through the end of this masterclass, you will be able to do the same for yourself. Tami, without further ado, let's bring you on here and have you share with us, how you were able to get on leveraging Google My Business, and also share the strategies with us. Thank you again. Thank you for giving us your time and sharing this valuable insight.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you for having me. Yep. So it was about a little over 2 years ago where I realized that there was so much more that I could be doing with my Google business profile. I mean, I had one, just like many others. I had one, it sat there. I did nothing with it. I went to an event and they were telling me these things that I could do and talk to me at a pretty high level. I realized that I needed to learn everything about it. So for the last little over 2 years, I've made it my one thing and I have mastered it. I've closed in the last 2 years in excess of $350,000 in gross commission income by this one tool. And oh my gosh, it's free. So I'm going to cover some topics today and help others understand the various sections that they can manage and get a great idea of why they should be incorporating Google business profiles into their business. So without further ado, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I'll put that on there. And guys, if you stay to the end, Tami will give you an opportunity to copy paste exactly what she did in her journey of leveraging Google My Business and generating $350,000 in GCI in 2 years. That's over 6 figures a year, guys. So it's a great opportunity. Stick around. She'll give you the opportunity to be able to copy and paste her strategy. With that said, we are going to go ahead.
Did I lose you? All right. I'm trying to figure out if I lost you or not. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm there actually. Yeah,
Okay,
there you go.
wonderful. It all went off and I thought maybe I lost you. So, okay, let's dive into Google Business Profiles. The one thing that I like to tell everybody is consistency is key. So, my name is Tami Price and I am from San Antonio, Texas. I'm a realtor with Real Broker. I've been an elite agent for 3 years now, and I'm also an Air Force veteran.
Hmm.
A Google Business Profile, we have to understand, is a free tool provided to us by Google to help how our business shows up on Google search and Google Maps. What I'll be covering today is why Google Business Profiles, some stats and ranking signals, and then an overview of the profile areas of focus, as well as some best practices. Now, why you need a Google Business Profile. From one singular location, consumers are going to get information about your business, such as your name, your address, your contact information. They'll get to see your business categories, your services, your hours of operations, your photos, your videos, your reviews, and your star ratings, and so much more. Having a Google Business Profile helps with increased visibility. By showing up on local search and local maps, it makes it easier for those consumers who are searching for a business like yours find you. They also provide some wonderful consumer insights so that you can see what people are searching for, how they've interacted with your profile, any keywords that triggered your profile being pushed into their search results. And this way, you know what you need to focus on. It also helps improve local SEO. So by providing accurate and up-to-date information about your business, you can increase your local SEO and help Google push you into the search results of consumers. You'll want to make sure you understand the keywords that are being utilized in your market that you can sprinkle throughout your profile to help you show up in search results better. Now, reputation management, by by having an opportunity to get people to post reviews to your profile, you increase your reputation management. I like to call it social proof. People go to our profiles and they read our reviews, and they also read our responses to reviews. So you want to make sure that you have those reviews on your profile and that you're responding to them. The engagement aspect of it is Google allows us to share our updates, our offers with our followers. We can post our photos, our videos, questions and answers, and our products. All of these sections being managed together on a consistent basis will help increase that engagement with your profile. Now, when we look at Google Business Profiles, there's some things that it is and isn't. One, it's the fastest way to get high intent organic business calls to you. It's free. I'm going to say that so many times. It's free. We have people who are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to lead, to lead generating companies, and this is free. It's something that you can take immediate action on. What it isn't, it's not a set it and forget it. You don't build your profile out and then say sayonara. It's something that you need to work on daily. It's also not a magic bullet. You're not going to simply create a profile and hope that business is going to come your way. It's something, again, you need to work on consistently. It's not a one size fits all. And I firmly believe it's not something that you should hire out. You're going to get a lot of companies that reach out to you and offer to manage your profile for you. The problem with that is that they are posting the same generic content to your profile that they are posting to other profiles that they manage. And one thing about Google is it can see that this information is so similar. It's almost like using KCM contact to post to your profile when thousands of other people are doing it. So the content that you want to have on your profile should be unique to you. Now, when we look at some stats and rankings, we need to understand that over 8.5 billion searches happen on Google every single day. 8.5 billion. Now, 46% of those searches are conducted with local intent, meaning the consumer is looking for a business right there in their own backyard, right? So 93% of those searches trigger the local map pack. That local map pack is those 3 or 4 prominently displayed businesses that come up before others. Now, some areas it may be 3, other it could be 4, but that local map pack is where a lot of people aim to land in. Some of the top ranking signals, meaning those items that help Google make the determination as to whether they're going to push you into the search results of a consumer or not, are your business category, your keyword rich reviews, your photos, your updates, your products, and well optimized profile name or title. There are so many elements that you can touch on in these top ranking signals that will help you. We need to remember that there's more to a Google business profile than just rankings. The actions that you can take on your profile still will allow you to show up in those search results. A lot of people aim for that coveted map pack. I don't show up in the map pack, but I have been able to close a significant amount of business because I manage my profile on a consistent basis. So when we're looking at some of the keyword categories that Google uses to push us into those search results, we're talking the nouns, right? That's your name, your occupation, the location. So if you're a realtor, a real estate agent, realtor, buyer's agent, seller's agent, verbs, those action words: buy, purchase, lease, sell, list, market, invest, consult, schedule, call, right? Book now. Modifiers that we want to use throughout our profile: best. So many consumers search by best realtor near me, top agent near me, #1 realtor near me. So we want to make sure we have these keywords sprinkled throughout our profile. Now here, I have an example where it says best realtor in San Antonio. The reason I have this particular screenshot is if you look down in that rich snippet display, it gives a local justification from a review that I have where a client of mine said, Tami is hands down the best realtor I've ever worked with. Those local justifications, when they show up in that rich snippet display, helps the consumer know that their query was matched to my profile, and it increases the chances that they will click on my profile versus another. When we go over all these different profile areas, I'm going to give you some best practices for each section. But before I move forward, I want to tell you that what you learn today, do not go and implement all at once. If you logged off this call and then went to your profile and started making massive changes, or started adding tons of photos at one time, or requesting a massive number of reviews, Google is going to look at that as suspicious activity, and they will likely suspend your profile. So do these things in increments. So what we're going to cover today are performance, control panel, business category, your profile name, optimized business description, and a few other things. The wonderful thing about Google is that it gives us the ability to take a look at some performance insights. They'll give us an overview of how many interactions you have had with your profile in a month, during a time frame. You can compare month over month. So what I have here is a time frame of July 23. So in that month, I had 165 interactions with my profile. If I dove deeper, I could see how many calls took place, how many directional requests happened, and how many website clicks. I don't have the message option or bookings option enabled on my profile, but if I did, I could see those as well. And I would see how many interactions with each of those made up the 165 interactions. So 97 of those were website clicks. Google also shows me here that 2023 versus 2022, my interactions for website clicks went up by 98%. The bottom image gives us an overview of how many times our business profile was was viewed by others. It shows you a breakdown between Google Search and Google Maps, and how many of those were on desktop or mobile. On the right-hand side of that image, you're going to see what keywords triggered Google to push me into the search results of others, and how many times in that particular month that it pushed me into those search results. So for this instance, it was 518 times that Google pushed me into the search results based on specific keywords. Now, our control panel, this is, some people call it their dashboard. When it went from Google My Business to Google Business Profiles, the app that we managed everything in went away. So now you will find your Google Business Profile by searching for your business. This control panel will allow you to make changes to your profile, edit it. You can look at your performance, add photos, edit your products, edit your services, add questions and answers, do your updates, and so much more. When we're looking at business categories, for real estate especially, we can, one, set our main business category, which I have mine set as real estate agency, and then go back and select different subcategories. So the categories that we have to select from are real estate agency, real estate agent, and real estate consultant. If you are not sure what you should be selecting for your categories, you can go and take a look at other well-performing profiles in your area and decide which categories you want to fit or best represent your business. When we're looking at the optimized profile name or the title of your business, you want to make sure that it is representative of how you are recognized across the web, whether it's Instagram, your website, your Facebook business page, whatever it is. You want to make sure that there's some consistency there. Now, if you're a team, I highly recommend that you still include your name if your name isn't in your team name. I had a friend that went by her business team name versus her name. It took me a good 5 minutes to be able to find her profile. And with a few tweaks, we were able to get it more visible. Things that you want to think about including in your business profile name, your occupation, and your location. So if I were to set mine up today, I would probably do Tami Price, Realtor. Here, because Texas requires us to have our brokerage within one click of any online marketing, I would put Real Broker and then San Antonio, Texas, because I'm hitting on some key information, my name, my occupation, and my location. So just make sure that you do something that is well optimized for that business title. Now, when we're looking at an optimized business description, we have to take in consideration that we are limited to 750 characters with spaces. Your description should provide essential information about your business and incorporate relevant keywords. Again, name, occupation, location, and some of those long tail keywords, home buying, home selling. These are really important to make sure that you have in there so that you can stand out against your competition. Using AI tools like ChatGPT can help you really refine what you put in here and in other content throughout your profile. One thing many people recognize by having a profile is that reviews equal rankings. The more reviews we have, the more positive reviews we have, the better our profile ranks, right? And how recent those reviews were provided. So let's say someone has a profile that hasn't gotten a review in like 3 months, but a competitor is getting reviews on a regular basis, there's more of a likelihood for Google to push that competitor's profile into search results because of the recency of the reviews provided. Again, don't go out and start requesting everybody provide reviews all at once. You want to stagger your efforts. So when you get those reviews, make sure that you are responding to them. I like to respond to mine with relevant keywords and have my responses be at least 30 to 40 words. Again, you can use AI to help prepare a reply. I love using Chat GPT. I can copy the review in there and ask Google to please write me a review to a response to this review from so and so, and then I take that information and then I massage it a little bit. You can also take your reviews and repurpose them. Throw it on a Canva image and upload it as a photo. You can also copy and paste your reviews into your update section so that Google is, when it's screening all the contents, it sees that review a second time. You can also ask people to bring over reviews from other locations. I get asked a lot of questions every single day. And one of them is, how do I get my Zillow reviews to Google? You can't automatically port those reviews over, but what you can do is take that review, put it in an email, and ask your client if they are willing to put that review on your Google business profile. And if you're going to be in the habit of asking for reviews, you yourself need to get better about posting reviews to other businesses. If we're in real estate and we work with so many third parties, review your loan officer, review your inspector. They can also in turn review you. They know how you work, right? You can also ask for character reviews. People who may not have bought or sold with you, but know your character and know how you work, you can build up those character reviews. If you're attending trainings or seminars and people are pouring into you, you should take the time to leave them a positive 5-star rating and a review. When we look at our services list, you can select services by the various categories that you have populated on your profile. This gives our consumers an opportunity to understand the type of services we provide. You can also expand on those services by adding in more details and descriptions. And what's great about your services list is that these services are searchable and they show up in that rich snippet display. Photos. I mean, photos are great for your profile. They're a reason that people stop and engage with your profile. You want to make sure that you are adding 2 to 3 photos a day, that they're high quality, not any dark, grainy photos. And please don't add photos of the toilet seat up in your listings, just not pretty. But when we look at images, images are a reason that people request directions to a business, and they have a 35% chance of more clicks to the website than those profiles that don't have photos. Videos. When I first started with working the Google My Business, when it was there, we had the ability to upload a 1-minute video. Now Google has shrank that to about 30 seconds. So I recommend that people upload videos that are 29 seconds in length, because if you upload a 30-second video, that's 30.5. Google may not allow that video to upload. And the question is always, do I have to make more videos? No, you can chop up your other videos, long form videos, into small sized bites and post those to your profile. Now, the update section is my absolute favorite. I look at this as if it's a Facebook news feed, so to speak. This is the one place where you can get super spammy about real estate. And when I say spammy, I mean you can talk about buying, selling, investing, new construction, staging, whatever it is that you want to utilize in your updates. You can do this without the fear of someone unfollowing you. If I did the number of updates that I do on a daily basis on my Facebook feed, that I do on my Google business profile, I don't think I'd have anyone following me. So your update section, you have 1,500 characters to work with. You can use photos, up to 10 of those in each update. The types of updates we can add are updates, just regular update. I like to call that the post section. You can add your events, you can add your special offers. And the beauty of these updates is you have calls to action that you can utilize so that you can tell consumers what you want them to do next. On mine, I use a lot of call now, but if it's a listing that I'm uploading 10 photos for, and now I've added my description, I'm going to drop down in the call to action, and I'm going to use the learn more. In that learn more section, I'm going to drop in a link to either a landing page on my website, a YouTube video, or possibly somewhere where I have more information, like a single property website. I recommend that people getting started do 3 to 4 updates a day. I do 8 to 10 updates every single day on my profile. It's again, they include a lot of keywords. I talk about myself in the third person because I, me, we, my team, those aren't searchable terms. The keywords that you want to hit on are like home buyers, home sellers, Tami Price, a local San Antonio realtor. I even sign each of my updates. What we have to keep in mind is in that body of the description, you never want to include any contact information. You don't want to include it there, and you don't want to include it on your images. Google considers that phone stuffing or spam, and it will reject your update. Our product section, I love the product section as well. For real estate, I like to think of it as houses or homes, and then our evergreen products. The homes are those listings that you currently have and those homes that you have sold. When you put in a listing, you build out your product, you're going to be able to give it a title, put it into a category, you're going to add your description, your price, and then you're going to be able to use that call to action. When that listing sells, you want to move that home to the sold category. Our evergreen products are products that stay that are always going to be there, right? If you have a home buyer's guide, a home seller's guide, and a place online where you can put a link for them to be able to go and request to download a copy, those can be your products. Those can be your evergreen products. You can also have schedule a consultation, schedule a meeting. If you do any training, you can have your training products on there. You always want to make sure that you are making edits to this section to keep this section relevant and updated. The questions and answers section. I don't know how many people fail to realize that as a business, you can ask questions and provide the answers to them. I call that seeding the questions and answers section. By doing so, you are going to be able to build a handy FAQ that is searchable. It's the name of the game is doing all these things that help Google screen behind the scenes, the content on your profile, so that it can make decisions about pushing you into the search results of those consumers. You can repurpose questions for many different places, or again, use AI tools to create compelling questions and give you the answers to them. Uh, Ask ChatGPT, what are the most common questions a first-time home buyer asks about buying a home in X city? Mine would be San Antonio. That way you can start adding these questions and answers. I say get to about 30 questions and answers in the next 30 days and you should be good, but keep going from there. The attributes section is a place where you can show the characteristics of your business. People want to work with businesses that share similar characteristics. By including your attributes, you're highlighting the features about your business identity, specific services, amenities, and other qualities. When people search here in San Antonio, it's not uncommon for them to tell me, I Googled veteran-owned businesses. I'm an Air Force veteran, actually just got a buyer under buyer rep agreement who is a dual military family, and they stopped on my profile because it showed that I'm veteran owned. There are so many things that you can go in there and choose from, like veteran owned, woman owned, Latino owned, Black owned. Recently they added disabled owned and indigenous owned to those attributes, but you can also make selections like wheelchair accessible, transgender safe space, and online or on-site appointments. So that was a lot of information, and I know I talk fast. So what I want to say is, if you want to start dominating rankings and be in those search results, you want to make sure that one, you complete your Google business profile 100%. Add photos consistently. Get to 100 as soon as possible. Build out your services for each category. Start posting 3 to 4 times a day. Start creating products that link back to your website, your landing pages, YouTube, etc. Get reviews. Get a lot of them and make sure you respond to those reviews. We want to stagger those review requests as well. You want to see that questions and answers section. Add your attributes that are reflective of your business, and find a scheduling platform. For me, I use a scheduling platform to post my updates. There's no way that I would be able to do 8 to 10 updates a day without having a scheduling platform. And at the end of the day, when we're creating a new habit, we want to make sure that we have some sort of calendar system in place so that we time block and remind ourselves to do all of the things. So if you found this presentation valuable, I would definitely love if you would take the opportunity to provide me a 5-star Google review and rating. And if you're interested in learning, like really doing a real deep dive, I have a comprehensive online training program that I've created, and this QR code will allow you to go to the training site. And because I'm doing this for you today, I'm also offering a 100%, $100 off, not 100%, $100 off. So that is it. And we have time for questions and answers.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got some questions come through in the comments, and someone's I don't know. Some of these are I'm live in different groups, so some of these could be different places. But one of the questions that I saw early on was, how long does it take, or how long did it take? You mentioned you don't rank on the map pack, but how long does it take to rank higher? Let's just say someone started today, brand new, or should they even be worried about that right now?
there's there's no magic bullet, right? What I'll tell you is this: October 21, like towards the end of the month, is when I started working with my Google business profile. My first person to reach out to me that I knew was directly from Google pulled me up on Google Maps in early December, walked to my office, and that was my first direct client. So it it also is going to depend on how often are you working with your profile. Some people think that if they post an update every other day that they're going to start to rank. You really need to be consistent.
Hmm. Yep.
Yep.
And how do you, one of the things that you showed is that your client, you got ranked because of something that the client said in the review,
Mhm.
best real estate agent. How do you teach your clients to leave keyword rich reviews?
So
Mhm.
you can create templates, right? You can create templates and ask, you train them on how to review you, right? Because if you just say, hey, can you provide me a review? They're going to go on there and they're more likely just to say, Tammy was great, right? But I want them to touch on certain things. So I say, if you're anything like my other clients, they struggle with what to write. So some of the things that you can touch on are the type of service I provided, where you purchased, where you sold. If there were some things that you felt I excelled at, you can touch on my experience, my knowledge. Then that gives them a guide, right?
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
And this is actually my question. What are the best places or best ways to find the keywords to put into your, optimizing your profile? Because I know a lot of people getting started now and they're like, oh, only thing they can think of is buy, sell, invest, and rent, right? So what are the keywords, or I guess, like, do you have a list of keywords you provide in your program, or what is the best way to find them?
So, I mean, you can do, there are some keyword search tools out there. SEMrush, I can never pronounce the one with the A, but I have tools that run in the background to search the keywords
Oh, wow.
that, yeah. And so for me, like in my training program, I have prompts that I provide that showcase the types of keywords like moving to San Antonio, buying a house in San Antonio, homes for sale in San Antonio, Tami Price, a local San Antonio realtor. So all those things, if you're using ChatGPT, you can set up a series of prompts. And once you put those keywords you want it to search from, you can visit that thread over and over and over again and ask it to generate content based
Updates and posts
at
and okay.
using those keywords relevant to your
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So is it ask the public? Ask
Well,
how where
Ask the
what
Public
tools?
is where you can start finding, you can find questions that people are asking in your local area. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. And this is a good question, I see. What should I do when several agents and the broker are using the same? I guess it's for big offices
Right.
where they have multiple agents using the same address. What should they do
Uh-huh.
to stand out?
Well, that's going to be that's going to be tough, right? When you have hundreds of agents using the same business address. One, like Google has been so funny about suspending profiles for shared addresses. So first, always stand out by including a suite number. That way, Google will recognize the differences in the address. Not many people sharing the same address are going to be doing everything that I said you should be
Yeah.
doing today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people have that set it and forget it mentality. They're just going to put a profile out there, say a prayer, like the three P's of real estate. Place a sign, place a lockbox, and say a prayer. That's what people do with a Google business. That's what they do with a Google business profile. They heard they had to have one, but they have no earthly idea that there's so much that you can manage on a daily basis to outrank and outperform them.
Yeah. When you have a solid brand, competition doesn't matter, right? Like they all look like a real estate agent, but you
Yep,
look like the best real estate agent, right? Because yours
correct.
is
Yep.
yours is
Mhm.
optimized. Love that mindset. Now, what are you? And I'm sorry, it's gonna be a while. We're gonna be here on Q&A.
It's
Uh,
fine. That's
what
why I
are
went
you?
so fast.
Yeah, what are you putting as updates? Just random pictures with good SEO description, or what is the mindset behind how do you go about creating like solid updates like that actually convert or get people to reach out to you or take call to action?
Yep. So, I mean, again, I don't recommend doing generic content. Like some people will use coffee and contracts to be able to have a pretty photo and and I just think it's such a, mm,
Cliche. Let's
yes,
just give it a healthy word, right?
there you go. Yes, yes, yes. And it's so, ew, it's never how I want to sound.
Yeah.
So again, like in my training, I have a series of prompts that I have developed, and I won't say I developed them exactly because you, R&D, right? Rip off and duplicate, make your own, and utilize. So for me, I focus on my keywords, but I pick my keywords that I want it to focus on. Military relocation, homes for sale in San Antonio, new
So
construction in San Antonio, right? I put all my keywords in there. And then what I do is I created an ideal client profile. So let's say I want to focus on military relocation. I go through a series of prompts. I ask, what are the pain points of military relocation? What are the goals and aspirations of family members looking to relocate to San Antonio? And after I go through those series of prompts, I then have another prompt that I use to create content inside ChatGPT.
mhm.
ChatGPT can be your best friend. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes it gets it right, but sometimes I'm like, but it's all about how you prompt it, right?
Yep.
Because again, you don't want to go and start copying what somebody else is doing. I
Mhm.
literally had somebody reach out to me once and they were like, I'm not getting the same kind of traction. Can you look at my profile? I look at their profile and I kid you not, my yesterday was their today's updates. They were
Wow.
copying and pasting my updates word for word and utilizing them. That is not going to work for you. You
Mhm.
need to identify your keywords, your ideal client profile, and build your content from there. I
Yeah.
sit down once a month and create pages and pages of content so that I can go in and schedule that out via Loomly.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh wow. So what it sounded like to me is that your updates, your keywords, all of that is based on the audience you're looking to target,
Yep.
right?
You have
Yeah.
to know your target audience, right?
So
My
based
target audience isn't luxury real estate.
Mhm.
That's not my jam.
And honestly, like this is probably the fastest hack to get into luxury real estate, right? Is that
Yep.
use the language, use the
Use
products,
the
use the
language.
updates.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Huh?
yeah. And what scheduling platform are you using to post these updates or pictures to the GMB profile?
So I use Loomly. That's a
Lonely.
platform that I use. And most of my images, I'm not going to lie, I have a lot of local home builders that love to share pictures of their beautiful model homes. So I use their images. I use their images or I create something in Canva. I use my own listing photography images because I want those high quality, gorgeous photos to be the images that are on my profile because I know that images on my profile lead to 42% more direction requests and 35%
Mhm.
more clicks to my website.
Yeah. Wow. And so just to quickly like summarize all the tools you mentioned, and you probably use more. Um, Obviously, ChatGPT is the king
Yep.
of the all tools now. Suddenly, like literally, it could
Yep.
replace everyone too if you know how to use the
Open AI.
open
Yep.
AI, and you can just replace all your apps. But
Right.
ChatGPT to create the updates, to create the posts, to teach it the audience pain points, desires, and even it could give you keywords. But ask the public to get ideas on keywords, and Loomly to post
Yep.
updates, or schedule updates out. That's amazing. Are there any other tools that you would recommend to make it easier to not only manage the profile but also ask for reviews? That's another thing, right?
So you can hire third parties to create some wonderful review request thing, but I mean those are expensive. My thing is just get in the habit of asking for them. Ask for them at happy moments. Stop waiting to the end of a process to ask somebody to review you, because when you do that, people are busy. They're moving on, they're moving out. The last thing that they want to take the time to do is write a review. But if you ask during those happy moments, they're more likely to write one for you. Now, here's something we have to understand. Most people write reviews when they're angry, right? The keyboard warriors come out in full force and they write them when they're angry. And people are less apt to write positive reviews. But if you ask at those happy moments, you have a greater likelihood. So let's say their offer got accepted. The appraisal came in higher than what they're purchasing the home for. Your seller accepted offers in a multiple offer situation. There are so many happy moments where
Yeah.
you can be requesting reviews. And I guarantee you, if you ask them at happy moments, or at least plant the seed, people are more likely to do so.
Yeah, nice. And actually, I am implemented something since the first time I met you.
Mhm.
So our system allows the system that we use allows for you to automate requesting Google My Business reviews. So we have implemented, and we'll find out, like it's so literally like a month or a month and a half old now that we implemented that. So as soon as we have a consultation with someone, we have a showing with someone, and we mark that the person showed up for the appointment and the appointment was conducted.
Uh-huh.
When we do that, it automatically sends them a
There you
review
go.
request. And after today, I'm going to even modify that message to give them three
Right.
different example reviews, like one for like just to show seen a house, or one for like got under contract, one for like just consulted and they gave me so much clarity, blah blah blah, using the
Right.
keywords.
Mhm.
That's amazing. Now, one thing I see that with Google profiles with agents is that they're very or actually I have had one situation where an agent said, hey, and he's not white, or he's a minority, and he's like, hey, with Google My Business, he actually does local service ads, um,
Mhm.
like trying to find a way around people being discriminative, right? I guess, like against him. So it's like trying to more whitewash his profile, right? Like what's your mindset on that? Like especially with the attributes, right? Like black
Mhm.
owned business, women owned business, people might have their own bigotry, right? So do you worry about that, or you're like, hey, my people will come? That was my
My
answer to him. Like,
my people my
yeah.
people are gonna find me, right? If somebody doesn't wanna work with me because I'm Black, they can look at my profile picture and see I'm Black, right? But I will guarantee you, there I can tell you I've done business simply because I'm
Mhm.
Black, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm half Mexican too, but Google won't let me choose both options, right? But being a Black owned business, being a woman owned business, and being a veteran owned business, man, I hit so many check boxes. And what I'll tell you is I work with more white people than anything. I'm not worried. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about
Yeah.
someone not wanting to work with me because I'm
Yeah.
of a specific color, right?
Yep.
They usually come to me, and it's the wonderful thing about it is it's not, hey, we found you on Google and we're interviewing 5 Asians. Just like, hey, we found you on Google, we're relocating to the area, and we want to know if you can work with us. Do you have
Please,
the bandwidth to
please.
take
Do
us
you
on?
have time? Do
Yeah,
you have time after posting 8 times a day?
so but they see all the things, right? They see everything that's out there. And Google's like pushing me into these search results. So I must be good if Google's pushing me in there, right? I don't know. I think that's what they
Yeah,
think
that's
sometimes.
amazing. And that's my take too. Like, hey, focus on providing value, focus on doing the right things, focus on
Mhm.
optimizing your profile, focus on putting out updates that are like throwing people off their chair. Like they're your ideal audience be like, I need to call this person right now,
Right.
right? Like
Yeah.
focus on actually being creative rather than
Yep.
being a copy paste and having home snap managing your profile and you're thinking I'm
Oh,
about to be an
stop letting these people manage your profiles, because here's the deal. I have found many people have a hard time getting their profile back because
yeah,
they built it with a third party and the third party has ownership in it. It
yeah.
can be a nightmare to try to get one of those providers removed as a manager from your profile. I
Mhm.
It's not worth it. Those
Yeah.
boring, static, cartoonish looking pictures with, hey, looking
The
for a realtor.
flyers, the
Looking for a
infamous
realtor?
flyers.
Call
Yeah.
me. No, you got to get detailed. And yeah, I'll get off my soapbox because there's
Yeah.
one that drives me absolutely crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And they keep telling people that I endorse them. So I have an issue with that.
Oh no. Yeah. So first time I met you, first thing I did was that was the following day. I called home. So I haven't had it recently. Probably it's been 2 years
Uh huh.
or maybe even 3 years that I haven't had them do anything to my profile. Right. Like I got off their premium, whatever pros
Yeah.
home snap pro service, but they didn't give me back access to my profile. Right.
Yep.
So once I met you, I'm like, okay, I need to go optimize my profile. I'm trying to go optimize my profile. It says, oh, you're not the owner. I'm like, what? So I called I contact
Mhm.
not called, you can call them, contacted their support, and it was pretty easy to get it back. So I got it back and we optimized it. Now, last question: what are your thoughts on local service ads? Because that also has to do with Google My Business. Did you have someone leverage it, or what are your?
I I have not done any local service ads, so I really can't speak to them. But what I can share is that colleagues of mine that have even run like small ads, some of the things that they've told me, that it did help with visibility. It helped release some reviews that were suppressed, right? Because Google loves to suppress reviews. Uh,
Hmm.
because maybe you requested too many at one time. Myself, I just have no experience with local service
Yeah,
ad. Everything I do is 100% organic.
organic. Yeah,
Mhm.
100% free, right? 100% free.
I got to pay for the scheduling platform and Chat GPT, but
Yeah, that's business operation, right? Like you
yep,
need
yep,
anyway.
we
You
know
need
we
to
use
see
them for
you need
everything.
a CRM, and also you need a CRM to like,
Yep.
hey, all the calls you get.
Oh.
How do you track your calls? That's a big question. How do you track
So,
your calls that you're coming through Google?
so for me, one, I love, my CRM automatically tracks that on the
Tags.
website aspect
Mhm.
because it tags Google. You just got to get in the habit of asking. I got a phone
Mhm.
call yesterday, two phone calls yesterday. One was a listing opportunity, and one was someone looking for a rental. But I always ask, is there anyone that I need to thank for putting you in contact with me today? Right? I don't,
Woo!
I don't, I
That's
don't want to ask, how'd you find me? So I just
uh-huh.
say, is there anyone I need to thank for having you contact me today? And they'll tell you.
Thank Google. You probably hear thank Google.
They're like, "Oh, I found you on Google." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Right? So,
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
where they got my number.
Amazing. All right. So that was it, guys. If you guys, you can go back a few minutes and go back to our slide if you're interested in more step by step opportunity for you to be able to copy paste everything she's doing. Of course, she has already. Tammy, again, like this was a lot of value. Honestly, I didn't expect this much value. You pretty much like gave us the framework and blueprint
Yep.
on how to do it. And
Mhm.
now it's a matter of you going and executing it and learning the how. How never stops someone who is committed, the way I look at it, right? But the
Mhm.
base principles do matter. And I want to appreciate you giving us, not holding anything back, just literally giving us exactly what we need to be worried about and what we need to know when we're starting with Google. I mean, the fact that you mentioned, hey, don't do all of this stuff at once. And I tell you, that could really damage someone's social profile, whatever it is, digital platform. If you just go in and try to go, Superman mode, right? And try to rank number one,
Yeah.
it will definitely damage your reputation. Again, Tammy, those of you who are interested learning more of her course, you can go back and she shared the keyword on the slides. I mean, QR code on the slides keyword. We need that too. And anything, any last comments on someone who has not leveraged? Especially, I want to talk to those people who just got licensed, right? For them
Mhm.
to get started on this today, because it is free, right? It doesn't cost them anything.
Yep. It is, man. I tell people they should start here before they start worrying about marketing on Instagram or something else. Again, 8.5 billion searches happen a day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You want to be where the people are asking about realtor near me
Mm.
135,000 times a month. That phrase
Wow.
is Googled. So you want to be where the people are.
Yes,
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you again. Thanks for the masterclass, and I would love to have you again for longer time, or we might we might collaborate together on something else. For sure. If those of you who found value in this, right, do not forget to at least leave her a Google review. Okay, it's the least you could do now, right? At this point,
Right,
uh,
right.
you can find, actually, she's not that hard to find on Google. I did that before when I first attended her mastermind when you came down to Michigan. So go ahead and leave her a Google review, and thank you guys again. Hope you found value in this session, and we will see you on the next one.